Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning into real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing insights that you won't find anywhere else.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. Hope everyone's having a wonderful night tonight. It's a beautiful day here in Brooksville, Florida, a nice warm 60 degrees. And let me bring on our co-host, Mr. Johnny O.
What's up, brother? How are you? I knew it couldn't have been that warm. I saw you wearing a sweatshirt.
It's warm enough.
Shit, we got in the 50s here today. Now it's just getting windy as anything.
Yep. Let's bring on our rookie of the year, Mr. Derek Simmons.
You got on you. You're muted.
Good evening,
There you
y'all.
go.
How you guys doing?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Enjoying that 50-degree weather with you today. Besides feeling like we're going to get blown over.
Yeah.
That was a tease. You know, you could have warmer weather, but you got to have as warm as it is wind.
Yep. Yep. We got in the 50s, but that wind is howling out there now.
Yeah, that'll cut through you, making it feel like about 30.
Yeah, we had like 50-mile-an-hour gusts up here today.
Better you than me.
Got to get used to this wind because when a hurricane comes through, right? Down when I moved to Jacksonville.
Well, Jacksonville doesn't get too many of them. They're way up there, so.
Yeah, they're
It was
not
weird,
bad.
like flying in and flying out. Like you could definitely, we had a little bit of turbulence coming down in and going back up, which was different compared to like flying into like Miami and Fort Lauderdale. You could just tell the way the jet stream and stuff comes up through there. But it took us like 2 hours to get down, and it was an hour and 25 minutes to fly back. Like we were going really fast. I think it had 590-mile-an-hour ground speed is what we were equivalent to. I was like, whoa. Somebody wanted to get home. Pilots wanted to get off, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's their last one of the day or whatever, they want to get there and get done.
Yeah, it was a straight shot, too. Like, we changed it up a little bit. It was like, before we knew it, like, we were already in, like, North Carolina. I'm like, daggone. So I like watching the map and stuff. So.
Good evening, Dave Guggle Jr. and Jorge Callis. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, guys? How are you?
What's up, guys?
So we got us a new special teams coach finally.
Well, I don't know about finally because I'm not too keen on him, but.
Yeah, didn't he get fired? And now he just got rehired?
Yeah, he got fired by Tennessee.
Yep.
The wide receiver coach, I think, will be okay. We did get a new one of those.
Well, I want to see. It won't take long to figure out if this special teams coach is any better than their last one.
Well, it wouldn't take much, though. I mean, this last one was pretty rough. And then no matter how much Tyreek wants to return the ball, I'd tell him no. But you guys see the post on where Shannon Sharp got on him about quitting on the team, and you know he's back, and he had his little his thing on Fortnite when he was playing and talking about it. But
No, I didn't see it. I just read the headlines of it. It was Shannon Sharp and one other guy.
oh, they
Well, it
told
was
him up.
really Shannon Sharp that was going off, but he's just another talking head to me. I don't listen to any of them.
Right. But at least one good thing is Tyreek's already back in the Dolphins facility working out. So, I mean, you got to give him A for effort. I mean, he is dedicated, but you can't quit on a team. I don't care what it is. I mean, what he did in the fourth quarter there when it's on a hot mic, Jim want to rake you out, you quit. That's not good. But I definitely think that's the worst of our problems right now. I mean, there's a lot of news going on. We just Darrell Bevel going to doing an offensive coordinator job for back with Pete Carroll and the Raiders. And then, hopefully Kellen Moore takes the position at the Saints. If not, I think I think Weaver's going to get it. We lose both. We got more problems than worrying about Tyreek's drama. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Well, the one the Saints really want is it's offensive coordinator of the Eagles.
Well, I believe he said he's not going anywhere, but
well, that's Kellen Moore, ain't it? Kellen Moore's the offensive coordinator of the Eagles. He had an interview already this week. Yeah, because he was with the Cowboys last year, wasn't he, or 2 years ago? Or no, was that the Bucks?
yeah, well, he may just be saying it just because of the Super Bowl. So,
right.
And the NFL really has to change this rule. You should not be talking to anybody who's still playing. There should be just a hiring freeze until after the Super Bowl, and then let them talk to as many people as they want.
Yeah, I thought they couldn't talk to, or is it just players they can't talk to?
Yeah, they can't talk to players. They changed the coaching thing years back, but they should just put a hiring freeze until the day after the Super Bowl. Then every team gets to talk to whoever they want to and, put in requests or whatever. Because, yeah, you got two teams in the Super Bowl or the last four teams, and they're put at a disadvantage because they could be losing coaches. And they don't have time to sit there and go talk to somebody else. They're prepping for games.
Yeah. What's up, Eric? How you doing?
What's going on, fellas? How y'all making out?
How's that? How's those Birds fans out there, brother?
Man, they acting up. You know exactly how it is. He's acting up on Broad Street. And as soon as that thing broke out, man. First of all, let me say I want to say thank you, for allowing me to join y'all platform. I love y'all show. I watch it from a distance, but I love it. My brother was talking to me earlier today. That's saw y'all call them Dolph winners, or
Dolphin winners.
Dolphin winners.
Yeah, he was talking to me about it, and he said, "Yo, why you ain't get on the show in a while?" I said, "Cause I ain't want to jinx myself." Last time I came on here, we lost 10 straight. I was talking cash shit. And we lost 10 straight. So I said, I'm gonna keep my mouth closed this time around. And it worked.
I think they have a good chance of winning this, really.
I believe so too.
If they play like they did against Washington, they're going to win.
It ain't going to take much because I told Saul the same thing I've been saying. It ain't about the birds and the bees. It's all about these big-ass linemen that we got. You know what I'm saying? Like the linemen on both sides. We 10 deep on both sides. And everybody know it now because Saquon is doing whatever the hell he want to do 4 or 5 yards down the field. Then he hit his head on the goalpost every single time. And the last person that did that was, and they said he had terrible quarterback rating because I love Shannon Sharp because he run his mouth so much. I forgot all about it. Was TD. TD was the last running back, and John Elway was the last quarterback that had we gonna go by ratings, a terrible rating as a quarterback throughout the season. But TD was putting up numbers. Do you recognize? I think I didn't know. I don't know if y'all knew, but TD was setting records. But they was all during the Super Bowl era that John Elway couldn't win a Super Bowl without TD.
Well, I mean that was true. Elway went to 3 Super Bowls and couldn't win them.
Yeah, and TD was setting records that Saquon is collapsing. Like he 30 yards away from wiping TD out. So you know he gonna get that. And I
Yeah.
just sat here and watched the highlights because I didn't watch the game. I ain't gonna lie to you. After we won, I don't think nobody in Philly watched the Buffalo game because we kind of already knew like, well, all right, this is how this shit gonna go. My bad. I ain't mean to curse on you.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Like we just knew how it was gonna go. We was acting up here in Philly, and I lost my voice. Went into work the next day like a fool. Should have called out, but I was trying to, pay these bills. But I went to work, and they was like, "Yo, you gonna be all right?" I'm like, "I think so." So I mean, for the most part, man, we there. We enjoying it, but we understand it's something that got to get finished. We got to get something done. I just got finished watching the highlights because they finally put up the NFL put up the clips of what happened during the games, like I guess a ground level, so everybody could see what went on. And KC, man, they you could pray and you could hope, but hoping and praying ain't always gonna get what you want sometimes. And they've been doing that a lot this whole year. But sometimes the prayers don't get answered the way you want them to get answered. I think that's what's gonna happen in the Super Bowl.
Well, you seen
it ain't gonna happen.
You seen the videos of the guys bringing the duffel bags into the referees full of money?
Oh, stop!
I haven't seen any of that. Some of that stuff. At this point, man, there's so many damn conspiracy theories going around about every little thing. It's just like, all right, what can you believe? What can't you believe? At this point, it is what it is. Like, especially the way that the world is going now, you just want to have your little circle of happiness, whatever that is, and you just want to ride with it and just ride that wave because there's so much bad shit happening. It don't make no sense. So just enjoy what you can enjoy.
Yep.
I heard y'all was talking about Kellen Moore. I like him as an offensive coordinator. Now, hopefully he stay. I think it would be a mistake for him to leave. If he do decide to leave, God be with him. But y'all know y'all older than me. Y'all my favorite great uncles. All money ain't good money. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah.
If he want to go down there to New Orleans and waste a couple of years off his life and go through all that bad juju that's going on down there, because the last good head coach they had was Sean Payton, and you see what they did to him. The last good staff that they had in Sean Payton's staff, every coach that's on their staff that lost that championship game, they all got head coach jobs, but they ain't nobody done nothing. And Sean Payton just got a nice job out there with Denver.
Denver.
But look what he had to do before they actually took off. He didn't have to disrupt or strip that MVP quarterback at the time. He was no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, you look at New Orleans. I mean, they'll get out of it, but they're $58 million in the hole on the cap right now.
Well, as long as I've been, I'm only 43, so as long as I've been around, New Orleans ain't never really been that good anyway. I remember watching them when they had the paper bags on top of their head, and I asked my dad, why they wearing that? He's like, son, you don't want to know, and you definitely don't want to find out.
Yeah.
So like, all right.
Breeze is the only one that really helped him there for a few years, and they won that one Super Bowl. Yeah, they really haven't done anything.
But that was a shot in the dark. Remember, he didn't originally start there.
He started San Diego.
What he got? He's a free agency. He got traded there or some shit like that.
No, it was free agency because we had a chance to sign him and we didn't sign him and he went to New Orleans.
But that was after his terrible injury, though. Y'all forgot Drew Brees had to have reconstructive surgery on his whole shoulder because he was diving for a fumble that wasn't even supposed to be dove for. That play wasn't even supposed to happen. That's how we ended up getting little Darren Sproles.
What's up, brother Winners?
What's up, Winners?
What's up, bro? How you, man?
Man, we just sitting here talking about the birds and the bees. That's all.
I hear you. I was watching on Facebook for a little bit before I sat there and jumped up. And I'm like this. We talked about this the other day on the phone or earlier on the phone. I think you guys really will do it. I just believe that. I pray that it don't come to the referees fucking y'all. That's the only problem.
Wait a
Yep.
minute. That already happened. That already happened. So we already passed that point. You can't do that in the first movie, then turn around and do it in the second movie. Then they're gonna stop coming to see your movies.
Right. And I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. You know the league wants them to three-peat. You know that. And I always told people, for you to be the man, you got to beat the man. But in this case, you got to beat the shit out of them. You got to make it to the point that it's not even anywhere near close of beat, like no field goal, no shit like that. Because they're going to try their hardest to keep the Kansas City Chiefs in this game. I'm telling you.
So you saying we got to make an example out of it.
Dude, you gotta, like Johnny O just said, if you guys play the same way y'all played against the Washington Commanders and y'all do the same thing, it won't be no doubts that y'all are the better team. And that's,
let me ask you this question. What did you see that's going to stop that from happening?
I'm gonna be personal. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I said this to the panel on Monday. One thing I saw when Kansas City went against Buffalo is Buffalo was running all over Kansas City. They can't stop the run at all. They were averaging at least 5 to 6 yards. So I'm gonna tell you something. Cook was cooking them. Cook was having a good game against that Buffalo.
And I said that a little earlier in the conversation. I said, man, I was looking at the highlights. I didn't see anything that warned me to say, oh shit, we gotta look out for this guy. We gotta look out for that guy. Like
I think the only one that might give him trouble is Chris Jones. But if you double him, that line that you guys got there, I don't see anybody on that front line that could actually take Saquon by himself and tackle him. Besides Chris Jones. That's why I said you're going to make it to the question. Sure.
I'm going to ask you a question, Mr. Derek. Mr. Derek. I call everybody Mr. because y'all older than me.
You're good, my man.
Like my favorite uncles.
Actually, Derek's younger than you, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm 37. I'm younger.
It don't matter. I'm still going to respect it.
Don't matter,
I'm still going to respect it. But I'm going to ask you a question, though. If you got a line, if y'all had our offensive line, I'm talking about I'm going to tell you the backups. All the backups that we got. I don't know why they allowed this to happen, and maybe y'all should do an investigation. But every lineman that's not a starter, not the Lane Johnson, not the Jordan Malatas, not Makai back then, not Dickerson, not even the little small one. The smallest one we got is 6'3", and he weighed about 310. The rest of them all 6'5" and bigger, and they all got a nerve to be athletic. And they all coached by Stout University. Y'all know who Stoutland is. Everybody know who he is now.
Right.
Who gonna step in front of that? And you already roll gritting 5-10 yards down the field. And you got a 6 foot whatever. I don't even know how big Saquon is. Running a 4.3 40. Full speed at you. Some people gonna make some business decisions. You wouldn't take that?
Right. That's why I said
Ain't nobody stepping in the front of that. You running at somebody. I'm 6 foot something, 200 and damn near 40 pounds. Running full speed at you. I'm not even shaking and jigging. I'm just trying to run down the field. A lot of dudes make a lot of business decisions. Matter of fact, Bobby Wagner. I think Bobby Wagner or what's the other guy name that wore the stuff all over his face that kept jumping over the tush push. Tulu, whatever his name is.
Whatever the
Luvu.
I did an interview with him after the game, and they asked him, "What would you do if you see Saquon running directly straight at you?" He said he was gonna close his eyes and hope for the fucking best. That's a grown ass man that said that. That's a linebacker in the NFL that just played against man and said that. Yeah. So the Chiefs play a nickel defense. That's their base defense. That's what they play. They ain't coming out of it. And Spags is a really, 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 really good defensive coordinator that learned from somebody else named Jim Johnson. And I know that you know that there's some things in life that you could teach everybody, but they don't know everything that you know. And I know that you know that back in the day that Jim Johnson used to run that same defense. Well, yeah, you got a playbook of all his shit, but you don't know what he know. And you got a playbook of all his shit, but you don't know how to stop that monster because you ain't never to play against that monster. There was no such thing like a Saquon Barkley back in the day, like it is now. Especially, I don't even know. Was it? Was it a Saquon Barkley type running back?
Oh, hell yeah.
Like
Ricky
the Dallas
Williams.
Cowboys?
Ricky Williams.
Holy
Ricky
shit.
was a
Yeah,
problem.
y'all right.
Yeah,
Y'all
Ricky was
right.
a problem. Yeah,
We didn't have the line like you guys either. Like,
you didn't have the line, but yeah,
So
Ricky
all right,
was a
so
problem.
I'm gonna say this. Imagine this, because y'all brought up a great running back, Ricky Williams behind Dallas offensive line that Emmitt Smith had.
Oh, please.
Come
What would
on,
he have done?
man.
They would never
Come
throw the
on,
ball.
Just like how we look.
They would never throw the ball, and Aikman couldn't run, so there was no.
So, and you exactly right. You exactly right, Mr. John. You exactly right. We would never throw the ball. We would always run. That's why I said. That's why I love Shannon Sharp, because he speak the truth.
Yeah,
Like, why would I throw the ball when I could just give it to my guy? It's already 5 to 10 yards of space, and all he got to do is trollop through the tulips, and then hit his head on the back I'm about to say on the backboard, on the goalpost 1 or 2, 3 times. Let Jalen throw it 2 or 3 times. Now y'all say, oh, Jalen can't throw. Well, shit. Last time I checked, the last game that he played, that's what we go off of. The last game that he played, meaningful game. We're gonna say it's the Super Bowl because your games is one off of your legacy. He put up the greatest number of yards and touchdowns in the loss, and was almost damn near the MVP in the losing effort.
right.
And then he turned around and put a 55 before he went into the Super Bowl this year. What the hell y'all think he gonna do this year?
well, I'm like this. The way I look at it is this: you finally get a chance. He finally gets a chance to get there again, and that's something that Marino didn't get a chance to do. He was only at one Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts gets a chance to correct his mistake, which he didn't. He only had 1 interception in that game, and he gets to correct that mistake, and sit there and rewrite history and make you guys 2-time Super Bowl champions. The only statistic that I have for you is Fangio. They say if Fangio head up against Spagnuolo is 0-8. Defensive coordinator versus defensive coordinator, he's 0-8. Spagnuolo
is what?
Fangio is 0-8 against like. I think like if coaching wise, I think it's 0-8 because somebody gave me that stat earlier. I didn't look it up.
But I'm saying, who's the guy that you're trying to tell me their offensive
Kansas City's defensive coordinator.
Oh,
so when
Spag,
when they was on other teams,
Spag don't count. Spag don't count to me. You want me to tell you why? You can't tell me these the answers to the test when you already had the answers from somebody else. You gotta teach me how you gotta give me the how you learned how to do this shit. You can't tell me, no, this is the answer. I want to know how you got the formula. Because you can't give me the formula just because you give me the answer. Now I'm just gonna write it in. I'm gonna pass my test and they're gonna say I passed. Then later down the line, if I'm at my work duty, well, how we say it in the military, my work duty station, they try to make me perform my duty. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Right. And that's what's going to happen when you play against. I put it in y'all hands. You got all the answers to the test right now.
Right.
It look good.
You're definitely gonna have to start. You're definitely gonna have to stack the box against.
You're gonna have to figure something out.
But
and if that shit don't work, you're gonna have to figure out something else.
It's gonna come down. You're gonna have McDuffie on Brown most likely. It's gonna come down. It's gonna come down to Jalen Hurts. Because they're going to stack the box and they're going to put Smith one-on-one coverage and they're going to have AJ one-on-one coverage. One of them's going to be one-on-one-to-one. So if he's got time behind that line, I don't see how Kansas City's defense is going to stop that two-headed monster.
That's where I'm going. That's
you spread that ball.
Words out my mouth. You go one-on-one with either one of them.
And another thing,
would you do it?
Right.
And then you got decent tight ends as well. So I mean, but it comes down.
I keep forgetting
about Dallas.
Doesn't, but in the same sense, you can spread everybody out, and then you got to face them one-on-one. Who's sticking Saquon? Saquon can catch the ball. Right. Y'all think about that as well. So it's it's like a double-edged sword if you do that. Okay, you stack the box. Okay, we're gonna spread you out, and if you ain't got the right personnel out there, it's gonna be a problem.
You play zone. You play zone, we gonna run through it.
Yep.
You play man, we gonna run through it. You play zone, we have everybody paying attention to what we doing. We just gonna pass through it. You play zone, you play that zone. What's that zone read run? I mean the zone blitz. We gonna trash y'all.
Yep.
Because you see what's happening now. They tried to play in the second half of the season that zone read blitz, right? Oh, Jalen knee is messed up. Jalen knee is messed up. Should he look faster in the playoffs than he looked during the whole damn season? They said he was on perk. They said he was on perk 30s in the championship game. That's why his legs is moving so damn fast. I said, I don't put it past him because this is Philly. You can get everything.
I don't think Kansas City's Buffalo should be Kansas City, but it was the refs. The refs, these calls are crazy.
Listen, Derek, we
I
talked
don't know about that one. I mean, I agree with you.
Allen had that first down.
No, he didn't.
Had that first down. I mean,
no, he didn't.
If you look, even the tight end had that first down.
Thank you. He ain't won it bad enough, right, Mr. John? He ain't
I don't think he made it.
He ain't won it bad enough. See, that's when he should have put his head in there. I'm sorry. He should have put it like when he went for that first down. He should have damn near knocked his. See, the problem with Josh is he want to be Superman when he want to be Superman. He was playing hero ball at a certain point, and you know he good for that shit. And
here's the thing:
if you want to be a hero, you got to go all the way in.
The worst thing about that, the worst thing about that is this: they try to do a version of y'all tush push. That's what it was, and
that's
it was the worst.
About. That's the play I'm talking about. If you're gonna be a hero, and Papa Paul, Papa Paul know this because he said he played back in the day. I'm not sure if anybody else played, but when you play back in the way that I learned, if you're gonna do something, you gotta go all the way in, even if that means for the team, you're gonna knock your damn self out. But you're doing it for the team, and everybody not going to appreciate what you did, but you know that you did it. And there's been times when you got up, you seen the stars, you shake your head, and they be like, "Oh shit, what happened? Yo, you knocked that motherfucker out." Shit, I knocked myself out too. But
that truly happened to me.
That's football.
Yes,
that truly happened to me one time. Is I ended up doing a cross body block in front of a guy who had the ball tackling him. But when we hit the ground, I mean, I literally got knocked out for a split second. And he got the wind knocked out of him and everything. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Well, it's because you guys wore the leather helmets back then.
Shit, did they wear helmets back then?
Yeah, they were made of leather.
They ain't wear no helmets, Johnny. They ain't wear no helmets.
But I'll bet that you even on like the Phillies defense, Jalen Carter is going to be our force to be reckoned with.
You know what? That's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm looking forward to.
There ain't nobody.
I'm glad you mentioned that name.
Jalen Carter is going to need at least double coverage. He is the younger Donald from the Rams that retired. He is. He's just.
Oh no! Go a little bit further in your bag. You got to go a little bit further.
What?
I know you're 30-something, but go ahead.
Sam Darnold? That's a good comparison. Sam Darnold?
No, go a little bit further.
Donald from the Rams that retired.
Hey, go a little bit further back. We're going to say, what, 1980s, 1990s?
You talking about Bruce Smith type caliber?
Back then, yeah, back around that time.
He's still too young to put him in the Bruce Smith category yet. He has
I didn't say that he is him. I just said go in that era because that's how we play.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of bullies there. I'm telling you what, that he plays like that. He's even got a Sue kind of type of play. You know, it's all or nothing. Sometimes it might be a little dirty.
I'm gonna tell you how I became a fan. I'm gonna tell you how I became a fan, Mr. Derek. I'm gonna tell you how I became a fan. Our dad, because he's solidly older than me.
Yeah.
Our dad was a diehard Eagles fan.
Yes, he was.
This is how you watch football. You sit there,
and shut up.
A glass of water, and you shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He start yelling, you start yelling. And you don't know why you're yelling, but you're yelling because he's yelling, and you clap because he clap, and you cry because he cry, right? And then one day I was sitting there And my dad started crying. And I was like, why are you crying? The game on. And that's when we found out that I think he was out of Pensacola, Florida. He passed away in a car accident. His name was Jerome Brown.
Jerome Brown, yeah.
Jerome Brown was something like no other. And that's the era that I'm talking about when we had the mean green shit. And then when he died, it was bring it home for Jerome. When we was tearing fire, belt the ass on everybody.
It was Reggie White, Jerome Brown, and all those guys.
So if you want to compare him to anybody, I'm not saying just here in Philly, we say we compare him to Jerome Brown. Who I compare him to, far as the whole league, is John Randall. If you know who John Randall is, and you know what he about, he was a bull in a china shop, a Rottweiler puppy, knocking everything down in the fucking house. Like, he don't know what he doing. All he doing is doing what he's supposed to be, a puppy. He don't know. Like, they show the Washington Redskins, the center head slapped him. He slapped this motherfucker so hard, he didn't knock the emblem off the side of his helmet. And the referee looked at him like, well, you shouldn't, huh?
So he almost gave him a concussion, hit him so hard.
He gave him a concussion. And the referee looked like he's going to pull a flag. And he said, well, you shouldn't have hit him first.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's who Jalen Carter remind me of. But you are correct about that, is if they don't double him, he's going to have a wonderful game. But don't look for him, because you forgot. We got the big baby, Jordan Davis.
And then the crazy part is,
forgetting about him.
Carter's still lucky he ain't in prison though either, too, with that incident that he got.
Ain't got nothing to do with that. Let that shit ride, man.
I know, but I'm just saying.
You want to talk about how he turned, shit, man? Ain't a lot of time
no. I'm trying to say
all that shit.
No, I'm saying I'm glad how he's turned all that negative into a positive is what I'm trying to say. And what he's done.
What I'm saying is we can't talk about nothing if he wasn't there. It was reported, but you and I both know what we know. What the news report is what they report. We don't know what happened. We don't know how it happened.
But what he's done for that family, for the people, for the young lady that died, showed mad respect. He's classy. He did what he needed to do, and then he still turned all that negative into a positive, and he's done that stuff. If you read back the articles from the family that lost, he helped that family out as well. I mean, obviously you can't bring your daughter back, but he did everything in his possibility to make things right. That's the truth. The character, and he plays like a champ. You can't ask for anybody.
And I thank you for acknowledging that. But again, we wasn't there. We could only go off of what they said. So from my understanding, this is what they said. He was great. He was racing. Shit got out of hand. Motherfuckers crashed. But he wasn't even in that car. He was in the car that was out in front. It was a couple of cars that was racing.
Right.
They turned around to go back, and his name was the biggest name. They got caught up with all the shit.
Of course.
So that don't mean he did it. But like you said, he manned up. He turned himself in, but he still had to fight that fire. That he knew that fire was coming. Like,
I just like how he put it on his shoulders. He was like, "It's my you guys want to use my name, but look, I can overcome adversity and show you guys that I can make it right. Even though it wasn't always him, but he manned up and took it at a young age."
But let me ask you this: how many people his age would have took on that storm that came along with that shit?
Not a lot.
Less
than 1% would be able to do what he did.
Hey, we know this generation ain't none of them taking that shit. They like, he did it.
Nope.
I know that shit. He did it, knowing damn well they was a part of it. So
yeah, that's all they want to bring up is the negativity on him, and he deserves a lot of positivity because of what he's done. And it's always the one bad thing over a million good things, and that's just that's why I really like the way he plays. And you look at everything else.
That goes to show, Mr. Derek. And Mr. John and Papa Paul and my brother as well as yourself. When you do right, God will put you in a position that'll be easy.
Correct.
When you do wrong, He gonna make that road rough for you, thistles and thorns. He gonna tear your ass up till you tell the truth. Have you running in circles. So you see where we at now. We on our way to the Super Bowl. He's smiling, laughing. His mom taken care of. His family taken care of. So that means he did the right thing. Just like a lot of these people. Now let's get back to what we was talking about, football, right? How about Nick Sirianni and the job that he's done? the MVP of cheerleaders of all cheerleaders. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I was about to light the fire into his ass when he wasn't speaking up until that Cleveland game. When he finally got back
a
to
really
his
good
own self.
supporting cast. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I think he's like our coach McDaniel. He's very cocky, and if he didn't have the help that he had around him, he wouldn't be nearly as far. He's taking a lot more credit than I think he should be.
That's not true, Mr. Derek. I don't know if you've been to Philly, but you gotta have that type of attitude to be in Philly.
Well, yeah, right. But
like, if I guarantee you this, you see how we talking right now, and
right.
we going back and forth. But up here in Philly, we don't wait for each other to talk. We just talk, and you're gonna like it, and you're gonna like what we say. And if you don't like what the fuck we say, then we can fight, motherfucker. That's how it is, and that's how it is. That's not the citizens of Philly. That's the fucking news media.
Yeah, buddy.
And he's not from here.
Philly's loud. As long as your crowd ain't like the guy pulling the gun out, shooting the gun in the air after you guys are cheering.
Nah.
That was
He's not from Philly, so you got to get used to it. Like when he came here talking about what the fuck is he saying in his first conference? You got to take a pot and you put the seed in the pot and water the plant. We was like, what the fuck? Pussy out here. Like the first day, what the fuck is wrong with? I'm sorry, I'm going off the rails.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
But that's what we was like.
I like Dom.
Yo.
You're like security guy Dom. That guy is. We need a Dom in Miami.
But now we understand. Like I guarantee you, if Nick decide to leave here and then go into another media market, he gonna be like, yo, this not. He said, I want to go back to Philly because now I'm so used to that. It's like when old people work all their life and then they retire and they chill but they so used to working all their life, then they get tired and they slow down. They be like, man, I need to get back out there and work. I need to feel some of this attitude come off my shoulder. I need to be with the people because I feel like I'm dying. It's slow. I don't want to feel like this. Let me get out here and do something with myself. That's what it's like working in Philly. You gotta look on your right, you gotta look on your left, you gotta look behind yourself, you gotta look in front of yourself. You gotta let motherfuckers know, look, I'm right here. And Nick is saying that now. After he cut his hair off and embraced Philly attitude, and then said, look, I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. We going this way, but we going this fucking way. Say something else, and we gonna be in here fighting. Oh shit! All right, we rocking with you, and that's how it went.
Yeah, well, it worked because you're in the Super Bowl, so.
Right. Question mark.
All right. What's that? In 5 years, we went to the Super Bowl 2 times. That's
three.
Three times. Three. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you won one, you lost one, and now you're back in again. So.
And we're gonna win this one. So it ain't even nothing to talk about.
So actually, it's a matter of 9 years. Y'all have been there, and it's the 3 Super Bowls in 9 years.
Well, if you want to go that far, we talking about decades, then shit. How long has Jeffrey Lurie had the team? What, 20, 30 years?
Almost 30 years, because I met him.
How many times have we been in the playoff setting?
Oh, in the playoffs, quite a few, but 4 Super Bowls.
4 Super Bowls, what, 6 NFC championship games?
No, more than that.
More than that, bro.
No, it was 6.
No,
because the McNabb had 4 by itself.
Right, and then you said, and only 1 Super Bowl out of that. And then you've been to 3 other Super Bowls, so that's got to be at least 7 NFC championships.
Oh shit! Well, you counting them for me, but thank you. Yo, that's a historic. Outside of what y'all did, that's a historic. That's a historic team. I mean not team. What the hell am I? The word I'm organization. And then we brought it from Norman Brayman, and he said, "I don't even want these. I'm done with Philly." He was from Philly and said he was done with Philly.
He was a car salesman. That's what he was. People don't realize Norman Brayman was a car salesman before he bought the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, he used to selling lemons.
Yeah. But question for you, brother, is Brandon Graham playing? I heard he's thinking about trying to play this game.
If the Lord allow, then he do. If he don't, then he just should be happy to be there. Because at this point in time, it's a time to sit your ass down. Sometimes you just got to know. because I learned my lesson. Let's just put it like that. Like,
yeah, man.
just like Tua, eventually he gonna learn his lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like God gave him his sense somewhere in there to be able to get back and play. Brandon need to understand that God gave you a sensibility and physical character and all of that to be able to play with your children. He got a young son that's pretty good at what he do. He may not make it to the NFL, but the objective is that I'm learning now, because I got a lot of kids in my house now, especially my son. I'm looking at my son and my wife. Before I ended up stop playing sports on my own, because I played semi-pro sports, my wife told me, you need to stop. And I'm like, well, why I need to stop? Because I'm still spry. I'm going to work. I'm doing what I needed to do, and I was, coming out of college, but I found a nice career in the field that I'm in. And she said, you need to stop before you can't go no more and have time to play with your son. And I'm gonna say the same thing for Brandon. Brandon need to stop, because he don't know. Me and Papa Paul know, and anybody else that ever played football. Football is not a game that you play. You a fucking warrior out there. You can get hurt on any play. A serious injury. You could break your neck. You could tear a ligament. You could bleed out. Matter of fact, what's the young boy that almost died on the field that played for the Bills?
Hamlin.
So you telling me, like, he didn't expect to, be the example of what the fuck not to do on an NFL field? So if Brandon, if the Lord allow him to step on that field and play and be a part of winning this Super Bowl, may God be so. But if he don't, and he's stand there and win a championship, either way, he's gonna be happy. He contributed more than he did on the field anyway. This was the position he was supposed to play from the rip, as the supportive. He got them young bulls rocking and rolling. Nolan Smith, I don't even think he could. Nolan Smith, to me, will be the new. I'm gonna say it, but I feel it, but I'm gonna say it. Y'all remember Derek Thomas?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember how fast he was off the ball?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
By the time you blink, he was there, and you don't know how he got there, but he was there. He remind me of him. The only difference between him and Derek Thomas can see what he is. Nolan just hit every goddamn thing because he don't see it. That boy glasses about this damn thick. So, and I know ain't no context made for his eyes. So he just see he might smell it, he might feel it in the air, he might hit it. But that Nolan Smith is the new Derek Thomas to me. Coming off that edge. So he got them young boys rocking and rolling.
I definitely think what's going to get you guys over the hump, if you guys would have had Saquon 2 years ago, you beat Kansas City in the Super Bowl. Saquon has been your X factor, and I think that's just night and day difference, just like when the Ravens brought in Derrick Henry.
You can say that, but you can say that, Mr. Derrick, but you can't, because all the years that the Eagles been playing, in the last 5 years, we had 1,000-yard running backs. And
you had 1,000-yard running backs. You had more guys that would cut and turn and not just hit the hole and go.
You had more of a
you're right. Saquon is old school. Saquon, but it's hard not to be old school when you got. Oh my God, Mr. John, if you got 5 yards of real estate in front of you, you got 5 yards of real estate in front of you. Ain't nobody gonna touch you. You ain't gonna jog through that motherfucker, right?
No, you're gonna hit it and go.
Because it's gonna feel weird, especially when you play for the Giants. By the time you touch the ball, they was on your ass like white on rice. So you like, yo, this is, oh my God, like what? Nobody touching me? Oh, listen, my brother Saul used to do house dance, and I used to always look at how his big ass do all them moves and stuff. And now I know how, because he was happy. Like my brother used to do spins and shit all on the top of his head and doing all of that, and I'm like, and then he'll get down and I'm like, yeah, his knees.
So that's what happened to his. That's what happened to his hair.
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
I said,
That was it.
when I was younger, I used to watch him do all of that stuff, and I was like, man, his knees gonna be shot when he get older. Well, I wasn't lying. His knees is done. But when he was doing it, I said, yo, man, I thought he was the greatest dancer in the whole damn world. That's what Saquon looked like, man. He like the greatest dancer in the whole damn world. Because he ain't got to worry about nothing.
No. Not at all.
You could tell Saquon is happy. Like I see all these posts on like TikTok and all that stuff, and just highlights and game videos. He's going with his family before and after the game. He just seems like he's having so much fun, and he's happy. When you're happy,
you know why he happy?
You a lot more.
Tell you why he happy? Well, are you originally from Florida?
No, I actually live in Maryland.
No, I'm saying where you originally from?
I'm right here from Maryland, western part of Maryland.
Where?
Maryland.
Say you had to move across the country. Say you had to move across the country to California. You picked the perfect spot where you wanted to live at. Everything was working out for you. Then that fucking fire came. California ain't the place for you to be at, is it?
No.
But then you move back to Maryland, and not the nicest spot that you live in, but it's a nice spot for you and your family. And you got your nice job and all of that. Where would you feel more comfortable at? Back at home.
Back at home. Yep.
So he was in New York all that time, and he hated it. But if you think of football here in Pennsylvania, we don't say Pittsburgh University. We say Penn State University.
Right.
He was the man at Penn State.
Yes,
and
he was.
If you say NFL football, we don't say Pittsburgh football. We say Philadelphia football. The Eagles. That's what we say. So Philadelphia. So if you play college football anywhere in the state of Pennsylvania, the number one school you want to go to, regardless of what happened, how it went down with your paternal, you always wanted to go to Penn State. And if you wanted to play anywhere in the Pennsylvania, as far as football in Philadelphia, it was always going to be for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, not only is he back at home, all those fans that was at Penn State support him. All those fans that's here in Philly support him. He got nothing but support, and his family was here the whole time. Why would he not be happy? And his kids get to see it. That's one of the greatest things that I share now is that I get to see my son perform. I should send my brother a video of my son performing. He knocked the shit out this. I turned to my wife. I said, "Babe, we might have to take him out of this." And she said, "Why?" Because he's a little too rough. Like, because we don't press our son to be mean and stuff like that. But in the sport that he's in, which is wrestling, you kind of got to be mean. But we got a fat, happy baby. But they're trying to teach him how to be mean because it's wrestling. So we was like, all right, Eric, you know what you got to do. He said, Dad. I said, listen, if you ain't first, you last. They're gonna fold your ass up like a pretzel. So, and they folded him up. He came over there crying and carrying on. And I'm like, what's wrong? He said, they taller than me, stronger than me. I said, well, listen, I told you, you step on that mat, they blow the whistle, you shake the other person's hand, they're going to fold your ass up. So I said, listen, you can either listen to your coach or you can listen to your dad. Which one you want to listen to? He said, well, this is the coach. I said, okay, go ahead, listen to the coach. Go out there, get his ass kicked again. So he said, well, Daddy, what am I doing wrong? You ready to listen? He said, yeah. I said, listen, when you step on that mat, when you shake his hand, that means it's working. You working. You clocking in. And he ain't playing with you and you ain't playing with him. So that means you got to be first. And he said, well, what I got to do? I said, Daddy taught you how to play football, right? He said, yeah. I said, like how me and you play, not like how you play against the other little kids. And I pick my son up, I slam him down, do all that shit. Make him rough, make him tough, and then, let him cry a little bit and then hug him. And say, all right, come on, let's do that shit again. See, I said, play football. I saw the video, and Papa Paul, I'm going to send you the video of it. You're going to be like, God damn. I'm like, hey. And he got his little, because he got a pin. Like when they get him down on the ground and they hold him, it's called a pin. He got his little pin. He came over to me like, Dad, I did it. I said, I know. I said, now go do it again. and he did it again and did it again. So he's doing well, but he's just a little rough. He don't know his strength, and it's cool. As long as I see my son perform and smile, that's all I care about. That's all I care about.
Yeah.
That's the scary part. The scary part is he doesn't know his potential. He doesn't know his strength yet. And once he figures out how strong he really is, that's going to be the problem.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, and I don't want to go too far down the road with this. Is all my brothers are all 6 feet and taller. I'm the run out of all of them. So I'm the one that got the fighting genes. So none of them like to fight. I'm the only one that like to fight. That was the problem when I was coming up. So and it's 8 of us. So it's like shit. This little motherfucker always getting into something. So they may have to always call Saul like, yo, get your brother, like. But my son got that in him too, and that's why we try to make him the fat happy baby, so that way he won't get into much trouble as I got into. But he carried the genes. He carried the athletic genes. He just tough, man, a tough guy, and he smile a lot. I told him you gotta stop doing all that smiling and all of that, but you gotta be yourself too. So that's part of it. But let's get back to football, man. I love talking about my son, man. I do. Let me ask y'all about y'all situation.
Being a dad, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, ain't nothing like it. It's more than $1 million. I'm gonna tell you that. Now, I ain't experienced all the other hardships of it because I know it's coming. Because I gave my dad hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. And they say, what you do to your parents, you're gonna catch it. So,
right. It's like that movie Will Smith was in, Pursuit of Happiness, and the way he shows, his son how to be happy. It ain't about money, but it's about how to learn and grow, and that's awesome. That's the best part about being a dad to me.
Let me ask y'all about your situation. Just as fans. Well, all that happened with Tyreek with the and this is where I'm at with it, with the arrest thing outside the stadium and how it went down. And him getting up, playing y'all games, going towards y'all playoff run and all of that, and then him running his mouth and saying, I want to get the fuck out of here. How are y'all digesting all of this? Like, how are y'all breaking this down? Do y'all think he want to leave because what happened to him? Or do y'all think he just want to jump ship because it ain't going his way? Or do y'all just feel like, all right, go get, like in Philly, I'm gonna tell you how we feel. We be like, all right, get your shit and get the fuck out of here. But I want to see how y'all feel.
That's how I feel, because honestly, by playing football, and I know every one of these gentlemen have been a part of a team some way, shape, or form. You don't quit on your team. You just don't do that. I don't care how frustrated you are. I don't care how angry you are. And then he put out a statement
about. Do you feel like he has the right to feel that way, or
no? I don't think. No, here's the thing. He don't. And the way I look at it is this: you signed a contract to be a part of a team. We know who you are, but you are a part of a team. And what happens is, because he put out a statement stating that he didn't realize that he didn't have the dogs playing. Bro, you realize that when you signed that $90 million contract extension last summer. You realized that. You signed the money to stay here. So you knew who you were playing with. You knew who you were working out with. You knew you just was blind to the fact that when it came to game time, you wanted to bring it 100%, but you had guys already packing it in already. You knew this. So you decided to be upset, and you decided, because I met his parents, and his parents are really beautiful people. But you, as a teammate, decided to take your way out. You did an Antonio Brown. You decided, I'm not going back in because I'm frustrated. So guess what you're saying? You feel like you're bigger than the team. Nobody's bigger than the team. I don't care
nobody's bigger than the program.
No.
So who's y'all leaders down there?
That's a good question.
I'm surprised that Tyreek didn't go off like this before, because the NFL builds these divas, and this is what we get. So it's everywhere. There's one on every team. Just not everybody seeing it, but I don't know.
You said the NFL. You said the NFL build these divas.
They come into the league, they're divas.
Right.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that. I was
Eric,
say that.
my take is a little different than your brother's. When it happened, I'm like, I really don't give a shit. We couldn't win the game. We couldn't make the playoffs. Tyreek played all year with a broken wrist or hand, whatever it was, and he gutted it out. He could have easily, at the end of preseason, said, I'm going to miss the first 6 weeks. I got to have surgery, and been out the first 6. Instead, he gutted it out. It came to the end of the year. They were all scoreboard watching. I was at the game. You could tell they knew that Denver was killing Kansas City, and we had no shot at the playoffs. And he just said, "You know what? I've had enough. Screw it. I'm done."
So you saying he's just being human and just letting his shit out and saying like, I can't take it no more.
Yeah, and then they kept busting his balls. They kept telling him, "Go talk to the media." Like 4 or 5 times, he said, "I don't want to go in front of the media. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to say something I'm going to have to backtrack or regret." They forced him out there, and he said what he said. Then he goes into the meeting on Monday or Tuesday with Greer, doesn't request a trade. He goes into his meeting the same day with McDaniel, doesn't request a trade. It was just the heat of the moment. Anybody that's played sports knows what the heat of the moment is.
A natural reaction then.
Yeah, but he was pissed.
Yeah, because he put all that work in, and I mean, I kind of knew it was eventually going to happen, but once we found out more about the broken wrist and all that stuff, I mean, I see it on the side where people are like, "Oh, fuck him," you know what I mean? Or like, "Hey, like, you know, Johnny, you're like, hey, yes, he put his body in. He could have been out all 6 weeks." I'm kind of in the middle, so I see it on both sides. To me, what I see is he's already retracted his statement. One thing I like, he's back in the gym working out right now. So it's time. He needs to step up and be a leader. He's got a long way to get back. I think he's lost
my question to you, Mr. Derek, is who are your leaders?
Who is that?
Like I said earlier, that's a good question. Who the leaders are? Calais Campbell,
Elias.
I thought he left y'all.
No,
he is. Well, not yet. It's not official.
He might retire.
He might retire, but we don't know
all right,
yet.
We're not counting him because he might leave. Like,
right.
So who's left?
Well, you got Sealer. You got Mostert if he's still there, the running back. You got Tua. I don't know how much of a vocal leader he is in the locker room. You know, it's the problem is. Yeah, the problem is they seem to be, you know, like Wes Welker got fired because guys were showing up late to meetings. They weren't doing the work they were supposed to. You know, so, and Wes was not a younger coach, but, you know, he played the position, so he understood as long as these guys know what they're supposed to do, go out there and do it. But the problem is they were getting on the field and didn't know what the hell they were doing. They were lining up in the wrong place, and somebody would have to say, "No, you're supposed to be over here." So I think a big part of it is Mike McDaniel is too friendly with the guys.
Absolutely. You could not have said that any better, Johnny.
He wants to be their buddy instead of their coach, and there's a fine line there. And I think he's too far over the line as being a friend instead of a coach. Sometimes you got to.
But even with that, Mr. John, even with that, y'all just said that the players pretty much run the league because there's so many divas out there. See, the problem is that the NFL is trying to emulate. They made a mistake and tried to emulate what the NBA did with their players. And now what is that? The convicts is running the asylum. That's how they say it.
Yeah, the convicts are running the asylum.
And that's what the NFL almost did to a certain extent, where they care more. Y'all know about them not NFL deals, the NIL deals.
Yeah.
Terrible, right?
You're going to see more and more divas in the league because they're already going to have money when they get there.
Exactly. Right. So you can't tell. Okay, it's a kid that's going to be in college that's going to make more money than Tyreek Hill. What the fuck you going to tell him to do when you draft him? Kiss my ass, coach. You better be his friend. Okay, I'm kissing. You know what I'm saying? You better be his friend, because if you go in there and try to tell him what to do, they'll fire you before the time by the time that 3 o'clock moment hit.
Yeah, but see, and that's going to end up being a problem in the NFL.
Yeah. Because the question is to you, all right,
No, order needs to be restored. Somebody got to step up and say, belt the ass. That's it. I don't care how much money y'all make.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Now, as you being a coach, because you are a football coach, but you coach, more Pee Wee League ages and above. Like,
So
how would you,
I started with semi-pro, and then I went down to little kids because I
sorry,
recognized that was the
so
issue.
so from your example from coaching grown men, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you have experience of some sort, even though that these gentlemen wasn't getting paid or whatever. It's still, you were still coaching grown men. How how do you assess that situation as someone that actually have coached on a football level of some sort?
So, like any man, you want to go to your job, do your job, and go the fuck home. You don't want
Right.
nobody micromanaging you. You don't want nobody standing over top of you, but you want to know that you did a good job. And you want to know that you was appreciated for that day. Now, you don't want
Right.
me kissing your ass because now you like what you up to, but you don't want nobody being on your back because you like what the fuck. And that's the way that I coach. It's like, listen, I got a job for you. I only need you to do just this one thing. I don't need you to go beyond and above, and I don't need you to do just this barely the minimum. I just need you to do your job. Can you do that for me? And that's the way I used to coach. Now, I did have some guys that wanted to be above and beyond, and that was cool. But you fucked yourself because I didn't ask you to do that. So if you're looking for me to pat you on your ass and say you did a good job and thank you for doing this and thank you for doing that, you're not getting that from me because I didn't ask you to do that. Because this is I learned in the military, it's a system. Everybody got a lane. Stay in your fucking lane. Otherwise, you're gonna get everybody killed. So that's the way that I used to run it. I now when I used to not say reprimand them because I never had to reprimand anybody. I was more like old school. If I had to dig in your shit, I'm not gonna do it in front of everybody else. But you gonna know that your shit got dug in. Like not because I made you feel smaller. It's because I made you feel bigger than what you were. And then they be like, yo, why he getting so much more praise than we are? Now the team gonna look at you like, yo, what the fuck did you do? Now the team gonna get with you. You dig what I'm saying? So
Yep.
that's how I worked it out. Where
Now,
now
Aaron,
they
what do
like,
you
yo,
think? What do you think Mike McDaniel can do with the Dolphins to try to get accountability back? Now there's already been best friends, and we got a lot of drama going on down here and stuff. What do you think? What's your thought? Do you think he lost the locker room, or do you think
no, I
he's
don't
going to
think he
lose the
lost the
locker
locker
room?
room.
If
I don't think he lost the locker room, but he do need to look up the word accountability. And it starts with himself. See, that's cool when you show up to work, but are you showing up to work on time or are you showing up 30 minutes early or a half an hour? I mean, or an hour early? That makes a difference. Are you cruising into work? Or are you barely getting there just to clock in? That's the problem that they have. He pulling up 50 seconds before you're supposed to clock in and saying, yo, what's up? Everybody here? Nah, you can't do that. Because your leadership is what those players going to follow.
No,
If
see
he show
that
up,
definitely was not part of the problem because McDaniel's is in the building at like 4:30 in the morning.
nah,
Right.
nah, that don't count. Just because you sleep there don't mean you there.
No. He would go home and sleep and get up. He gets up every morning. I forget what it is at 3:25 in the morning or something, and gets his
Yeah.
breakfast and goes to the facilities and starts watching tape and doing stuff. And so he's there. The problem is he's too buddy with the guys.
So my question to you is, and maybe y'all got it down there with y'all. I guess how y'all follow, because I follow everything on YouTube to see what the coaches is doing, what the players
Yeah,
is doing through their
I do.
podcast. It's like they talk too damn much. These podcasts allow the players to open up spots that we never would have thought that we would be able to have access to. So you know who talked the most? And I love him for talking so much. But Big Play Slay, that motherfucker can talk. He tell all the business. So now you like, oh, okay, he fucking up. Okay, all right, you know, he ain't show up to do this, ain't show. Okay, yeah, good. Boo his ass. Because like you always got them players that's down there that's like that. Far as McDaniels, it's not the fact that he's there at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not the fact that's what he's doing, because you told me what he's doing. It's who is he inviting to come? Who is showing up to be there? Who wants to be there, not forced to be there? That's why I asked you, who are their leaders? What leader is coming in early, clocking out late? What leaders are saying, yo, I guarantee you, it's just like coming to church. Everybody's welcome. The doors is open. The water is fine. All you got to do is step on in.
Now, do you
And
think
that's
he
the
could lose?
thing. Y'all ain't got that.
Do you think he could lose the locker room if he tries to start becoming a hard ass now and be more of, say, if he becomes real accountable and starts getting really tough on these guys? Do you think he's going to lose the locker room?
Mr. Derek, you got kids, right?
Yeah.
If you start acting different, your kids can see right through you, right?
They could, yes.
And they're going to call you on it because you daddy, right?
Right.
They're not going to disrespect you, but they're going to call you on it because they know daddy love them and daddy didn't teach them that. So what the hell you think a grown man going to do to another grown man?
Yeah. It's going to be. So I said it's going to be an interesting year, especially if we lose our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator. Well, our quarterback. Well, yeah, our quarterback coach.
What I think he need to do is do what Nick did and go to the other. You know what he need to do? Y'all down in Miami. Y'all got one of the greatest GMs and greatest coaches that's down there. Have him come on the scene and scope out everything. Y'all know what's his name? Pat Riley. Have him come over there and check some shit out.
Pat Riley dealing with fucking Jimmy Butler right now. He ain't got time.
No, he not. Jimmy Butler dealing with
His ass.
himself.
Get it over with.
Sometimes you gotta have somebody a clear set of eyes come in and look at your program and say, look, I don't do things this way, but I would change this, I would change that, I would turn it up on this, I would turn it down on that. You do what the fuck you want to do, but these are the things that I would do. It's not wrong with somebody checking your answers.
I'm surprised Marino's not throwing a little weight around and not speaking up on anything as well. But he may be.
I'm surprised that y'all didn't allow Marino to be the part of what y'all doing.
Oh, he's there. He's consultant, special, whatever, but he's not a decision maker. He's just around a facility. He goes to all the games. He's at most of the away games.
So what is a consultant?
What the definition of his consulting job is, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Now I'm saying, but all right, well, let's just assume that yours was the defined definition of a consultant.
The NFL has different consultants. You can bring a guy in, like you brought up before, Sean Payton. When he was an announcer, a couple different times he was consulting for different teams. They would pay him to come in, look at his situation, watch meetings, see what's going on to help their team out and say, well, this is the way I used to do it.
Right. And it worked, right?
But Marino has never been a coach or a GM or anything. The only thing he can tell you is this is what Shula used to do. This is what Jimmy Johnson used to do.
Sometimes you don't need to actually put your fingers on it, but the experience alone of being around it. Everybody know how to make a cake. Everybody know the ingredients, but your cake might be better than mine, right? So him being a consultant alone, just on his own end of what he know about NFL football, and I don't even care if it's just only about being a consultant over quarterbacks. That's all that mattered. Like, but put your thumbprint on something. Be a part of this for something. Like, don't just be here to hand out isotoner gloves. What y'all call them? Isotoner gloves. Don't be here just for that, and smile and I was the man back in the day. Nah, we need you here right now to lead these young people. Tua, I like Tua, and I like what he's doing, and I like everything about him, and I like the fact that he came back and he still want to be a warrior and all that other stuff. But now he has to find his inner leadership abilities and qualities and use that, because you got to figure when you leading people in the battle, you got to figure out who behind you. Are they soldiers? Are they warriors? Are they just individuals? You got to look and see who you got. Right now, y'all don't know who your leadership is, so they're individuals. Everybody out for their own thing. And it's a shame.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. I said it all year long. We had a great roster and not a great team.
It's a shame. It's a shame because y'all got the talent. Ain't no doubt about that. Y'all got a bunch of cheaters on your squad.
Come on, Jack.
Y'all defense looked all right until y'all ran off Fangio. I still don't understand.
We didn't
why
run
that
off
shit happened.
Fangio. Fangio used us for a 1-year thing just to keep his mind going because he wanted the Philly job.
Well, if that's the truth,
we
then
keep
that's
Weaver,
what it is.
I'm going to call right now. We keep Weaver. Weaver will be just as good as Fangio, if not better, down the road. He come from the Ravens style, and that Ravens block, the way they trained them up there, been the best defensive coaches in a long time. It's come out of that Ravens hardball era.
Well,
I'll say this.
before him, it was what was the owner? I mean, the defensive coordinator.
Flores,
And,
remind me.
Flores?
No,
Well, Flores was head coach.
No, he was head of personnel up there at Baltimore. He the one that brought in Ray Lewis.
Newsome.
Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzie Newsome was the one that created all of how you put a team together. Kind of what how we did with us this year. Is let football guys be football guys. You know what I'm saying? And that came from the time when they left. When did they leave Baltimore to go to I mean, not Baltimore, Indianapolis to go to Baltimore? That's how that went. And then they became the Ravens.
Baltimore to Indiana. Yeah, Indianapolis. No, it was Indianapolis to Baltimore.
Yeah, because I remember back in the day, Indianapolis used to have a nice defense. And then when they left, and then they went down to Baltimore. Then Baltimore took Ozzie Newsome with them, and they left everybody else with Indianapolis. And next thing you know, here you come this upstart team, and all they had was Sam. They had Big Sam Adams. They had Tony Saragusa. They had Ray Lewis. They had who was their defensive ends? Because what's the name wasn't there? Suggs wasn't there yet. Who was there? But however, they started that nucleus of just defense with them two big ass dudes in the middle and having quick ass Ray Lewis in the middle, Sugar Ray, and then they had a big ass running back. I forgot his name, and he's not in the Hall of Fame because he took too many steroids. He came out of Tennessee. Damn, his number was 30. Was it 37? He was tearing the league up. I can't remember his name. But yo, man, listen.
You talk about Lewis?
Yeah, Lewis was tearing the league up, but he's taking
Jamal Lewis.
Taking too many steroids. Yep, Jamal Lewis.
Yeah, Jamal Lewis. Yeah, man.
He was a freak, man. He was a beast.
Yes, sir.
Listen, now talk about business decisions. Ain't nobody want to step in front of that train. They let that dog loose out the yard. He was gone.
Oh boy. Shit. Yeah, you better get out of the way.
That's like when you young and somebody let their dog off the chain and you don't know that dog, but somehow you get an extra boost in your speed to get the fuck out the way, and you hit that car, and you like, damn, how I get up on his head?
Fear.
Yeah.
That's how you get it.
Hey, man. All right, man, I love y'all show though, man. Y'all kept this thing going. I don't know how y'all do it.
Hey, listen, we're going on 2 years next month, right?
Yeah, next month will be 2 years.
But it's not about the longevity. It's about the quality of y'all show. Y'all show, to me, y'all allow people to come on here and speak our piece. Like, I'm an outsider, so when I watch it,
no, you're not.
Huh?
No, you're not.
Well, I appreciate y'all saying that because y'all actually make me feel like I'm part of the family. But I'm on the outside looking in, and I'm just like, man, the quality of y'all show is just like, damn, I haven't been on here in a while, and I still feel like it was my first time coming through. I call y'all my favorite uncles because y'all got the gray beards. I ain't there yet. I'm looking forward to it. But
you'll get
like,
it,
man, this shit is
don't
all
worry,
there.
it's coming. It's coming. Don't worry about it. It's coming.
Hey, my son, my shit gonna be there tomorrow playing with him, man. I feel it coming, man.
Well, you said you're what? 30? How old?
43.
43.
Yeah.
Listen, some people are lucky and it never goes gray. Other people, I started going gray at 18.
You started going gray at 18?
Yep.
Man, I hope I'm pretty as you when I hit 18 again.
That's like my father-in-law had a full head of gray hair by the time he was 30, where I only have gray in my temples, but my beard is full gray.
Man, look, hey, Papa Paul, listen, I just hope, I pray, and I do, to live as long as y'all live so I can sit back and watch these videos with my son. Because my son swear y'all on TV and y'all famous. And they be like, Daddy, you was on TV. And I'm like, yeah, you see them old people up there?
Well,
And they go, your
Eric,
uncle right there.
Actually,
And I'm
if you go on Roku TV, we are on TV.
all
Y'all
right,
on
then
TV.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
He swear, he said, Daddy, you was in the studio. He don't know I was in the basement. But he don't need to know. He's 7, so you can mesmerize. He in that wow, ooh, thing. So
yeah.
It's all about that right now. Wait till he get
Right.
older. Like,
Yeah, Eric, see, that was like me. Like, I just started a few months ago. Like, I've known Papa Paul here for, about 2, maybe 3 years now. I was always nervous, and I was like, man, I've always wanted to talk. And I'm like, I don't know if they'd let me on, but it is so cool. Like, and it's crazy how Johnny O, Papa Paul, and Dolphin Winners, they're just like a gigantic family. I love it. This is the best experience I've had, and it's amazing. Like, it's just cool what we get to do.
Well, with
Well, Derek,
these guys, man, you in good hands. I'm gonna tell you that. Like, it's
man.
what's the lady name? The lady that come on here,
Pam.
Miss Pam.
Miss
Yeah.
Pam. Wait till she get to talking. Now she know football. If you want
Yeah.
to sit down and learn something, it's times when she jump on this joint and she get to talking. She talk and she all over the place, but she know what she's talking about. You shut up and listen to what she's saying. You're like, oh shit, this old lady know what she's talking about.
We love Miss Pam.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
she know
do.
her stuff. Like she know football. Like, listen, she's sharp. Like, but this atmosphere, this environment, you don't get this on all podcasts. Like, I'm on another podcast, these guys from Jersey.
You know the Jersey boys.
Coach
You know them.
Byron. Yeah, Coach Byron. I invited them, and they did the cross thing, and I'm glad that it worked out. Coach Byron, you know how I met him? I met him coaching a youth organization, and when we sat down, we started talking, and he started telling me about his background, and I'm like, shit, this is somebody I need to follow. And sometimes our leaders don't choose us. I mean, our leaders don't choose us. We choose our leaders, right? You got to be careful who you follow. But when me and him sat down, that man went to the NFL. He played a couple of years in the league. Then he turned around and then served his country, and ended up being a vet, retired as a lieutenant. Then he ended up being a police officer, all the way to SWAT sergeant, all the way through his career. And then he turned around and said, I'm going to retire and just coach kids for the rest of my life. I said, well, shit, I want to be like that.
Yeah.
You can't be mad at that.
I have to say thanks.
You're not allowed to curse. You can't say that. That's why I keep apologizing when I get on, when I say
No,
stuff.
I do want to say thanks to both Eric and Derek, because when Papa Paul came up with the idea and approached Saul and approached myself and said, this is what we want to do and this is how we want to do it, you guys both said it. That's exactly what we wanted. A place where people can come and talk and have a good time and learn and give their opinion, but no yelling and screaming and fighting and calling each other names and telling somebody they're not a fan because they don't fan the same way you do.
And we don't care what team you root for. We want other team fans on here.
Absolutely.
But during this time of all the vitriol and all the bullshit, and do you got a fat ass? Can you pop the balloon and all of that? All of the stuff that don't have to do anything with sports. Y'all held it down for 2 years and just kept it simple, kept it plain, made the message direct, and made people want to, like myself and Mr. Derek. Like Mr. Derek, I'm a Dolphin fan, but I'm an Eagles fan. I came on the outside coming in, and then I invited my old head, Coach Byron, and them, and then they did the cross thing because they Giants fans, so they crying every single day. They like, oh yeah, God, like
don't bring up Barkley to Byron.
Man, he go, oh my God, man. Listen, he don't curse, but you can feel it. He don't curse. He don't curse at all. That man, he's a God-fearing man. But as soon as you say, he say, Lord have mercy, God on me. Like, I was like, Coach Byron, I ain't messing with you. I'll just call and check on you. That's all. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. If you start talking about him, I'm getting off this phone. All right, then we're going to have to get off the phone because that's what I called you about anyway. Goodbye.
When you guys win the Super Bowl, just make sure you screenshot a picture of it and send it to him. Be like, see, you could have had this. Just to mess
I'm
with
gonna
him.
do you one better. I'm gonna go buy him a jersey. I'm gonna tell you how tall Coach Byron. He's 6'8". He got to weigh about 340 pounds.
Yeah,
so he's way bigger than me.
big
Like
boy.
when I'm only 5'8". So when I stand next to him, the jersey damn near fit all the way down to my damn feet. So I'm gonna buy him one. I'm gonna have it wrapped up real tight. And I'm gonna leave it on his porch, and I'm gonna say, go outside and pick up something on your porch I left. Congratulations!
Hey, I was right here. I was just reading something. What's your guys' thoughts on with Dolphins talking about trying to get Jalen Milroe as a backup quarterback?
I saw that today.
Who's that?
If it's later, third round, something like that, yeah, I don't have a problem. But if you waste any of your first 2 picks on it, then I have a problem with it.
Jalen Milroe?
Yeah,
That's the kid from Alabama?
Yeah.
I think he's a diamond in the rough waiting. I'm telling you, I think he's going to be one of the best
You think
quarterbacks
so?
out of Alabama. If he has the right
I'll
coaching.
take my if I'm y'all, I'll take my shot. I'll take my shot on him.
We need a
As
big
long-
body
as long as
quarterback that
As
got
long as
grit.
it's got the 4th round, that's fine.
I just don't know if he goes that late.
Well, if he doesn't,
Hold on.
then we ain't
He
meant to
ain't
have
no top 10 quarterback though.
We need quarterback. Well, listen, we need a backup. Or we need a third string quarterback, unless we get a third string quarterback out of free agency or get a third string quarterback or something,
He ain't no top 10 quarterback, is he?
No, I wouldn't think so. No.
Is he a top 15?
Yes. Well, last year, like 2 years ago, he had the best percentage quarterback, deep throw, and everything for not this
But
past year.
that shit don't have no weight in the league. It's what you done for me lately. So
that's why he's not a first round pick. This year was not
last time I
nearly as
checked,
good.
he might go second round. I don't think he gonna do the same thing Jalen did. He gonna go second round. So if y'all got your ducks in order and y'all got second round picks, then I believe that y'all can pick him up.
No, if we take him in the second, we're wasting a pick.
What do y'all need? That's the question.
A little bit of everything.
We need our
Y'all need
offensive guards. Our offensive guards.
I still think we're
Yo,
going.
y'all had a lineman that I
Dark.
seen on another team, and I was like, why the fuck they let him go? I think he played for Minnesota.
Yeah, we got to build the
Van
offensive
Ginkel.
line.
Huh?
Our defensive lineman, Van Ginkel.
Why y'all let him go?
Because we're dumb.
They never offered him a contract.
Yeah, they never even offered him a contract. He was a free agent. They never offered him a contract, and
I'm sitting there watching it like, why they let him go?
Because Minnesota swept in and told him, listen, you will be the starter. There's no rotation. You're the starter. Where in Miami, he was going to have to play in a rotation, and he wanted to play full time. And they offered him $20 million over 2 years, and he said, "Where do I sign?"
Yeah, you see that dude was balling
too.
Yeah,
he was balling.
His defensive coordinator is Flores, our ex-coach.
My wife is pissed about it. Trust me, I know.
Well, Minnesota about to be in trouble because they got 2 guys that's about to retire. The safety, I forgot the white boy name. They've been there forever, and they cornerback that they got from the Patriots from back in the day. So
Was it Gilmore? Yeah, Gilmore went to Vikings, right?
Yeah, he was the ace corner, but he about to retire. He's just tired of it. He got his Super Bowls. Him.
The only thing I'm worried about is if we lose Bevel and we lose Weaver, I don't think McDaniel makes it through the season. Let's see who can step in. That would be good quality, especially defensive wise. But if we have Weaver, I guarantee it. We have we're in the top 3 defenses next year. We are going to wreck teams.
Well, y'all got to pray he ain't take that job with New Orleans. Weaver.
Yeah, we're hoping Moore takes it. I need Kellen Moore.
He gonna be out of there so fast. They
Yeah,
got
boys
Y'all,
gonna get
I'm gonna
that
say
bag.
this: if he does, I'm gonna say this, E. If you guys do win the Super Bowl in a couple weeks, I don't think Kellen Moore is going to be your offensive coordinator in Philadelphia anymore after 1 year. I just don't.
I mean, you get the
And I
chance to
ain't
be
even gonna
offered a
lie
head
to you. I
coach.
ain't even worried about it. Do you understand that Jalen Hurts in his 6 years, I think this is 6 year, of being a quarterback, and he started in 5 years, have had a different offensive coordinator every year? And y'all like, this nigga retired, he can't throw. What? I can't remember all these damn plays. Like, come on, man. So you can't question who Jalen is. We got to question why we keep having this revolving door. Because we keep winning. I get it. I understand. But
But
at
it
the end
does
of the
make
day,
it
we got
tough.
to have some type of stability.
If you had a guy that's going to stay there a couple years and keep the system rolling, I mean,
Oh, my God.
he would be
We'll run the
MVP caliber
table.
all the time.
We'll run the table. So at least y'all ain't got that problem.
Yeah, but we got culture problems. That's the problem,
You
and
say
I
he
think
like
that's
the
so.
quarterback from Notre Dame. I don't know about
He
that.
wasn't too bad, but we need a big, tall. We need a big quarterback.
Well,
Well, the
he's
kid
six-
already
What
is
y'all
big.
need to do, is take a look at our third string quarterback. Our third string he is statue. He's 6'6", from out of Stanford. He got what they call a howitzer for an arm. He ain't running nowhere, but he gonna put that ball on your chest, and it's gonna hurt. That's the type of quarterback that y'all need, where he could see everything coming. He could get that ball out, and that's what y'all need, because y'all got a quick strike offense. And like you said, with y'all defense coordinators being who they are, the only problem that y'all had is when, like I said, real football ain't played until the snow hit the ground. Well, the leaves start falling and the snow hit the ground. And that's when y'all started seeing problems.
No, we saw problems when
Well, we
Tua
saw
wasn't in there.
before that.
Tua didn't go down. If Tua didn't go down, we're going deep to the playoffs.
Statistically, it comes down like this: when Tua's under the helm, we're top 5. When Tua's not under the helm, we are bottom 5, last place in offense statistically. When Tua's not even in the game, so
Yeah, we only average 11
are
points
y'all
a
mad
game.
at that? Are y'all mad at the fact that y'all put all y'all stock into one player?
Yeah,
that's
Like,
because we have never had a quality backup to him.
but that's not Tua's fault. That's y'all fucking GM fault.
we know
Right.
that.
we know that.
We know that.
Trust me. We talk about that all the
guy that
time.
y'all threw out there, I don't forgot his name, but that motherfucker got hit that first play. He said, "I'm out here." He didn't get a sip of water. They snapped on the ball. Boom. He threw the ball. He got hit. Take me out. Put me back on the bench.
Oh, Teddy
The
Bridgewater?
fuck was that? No, it wasn't him.
No.
White guy, dark hair.
Mike White. Mike White.
Who?
Mike White.
Mike White or Skylar Thompson.
Was it Mike? No, it wasn't no Mike White. It was this
It's
year.
Mike White.
He was there for a long time.
Because they released Mike.
Well, Skyler's the only one that's been there for a while.
Skyler.
So
There you go, Skyler.
Got rocked every time he come in there.
Yeah, Skyler. And Solly, you said, man, what the fuck was that? I said, bro.
Skyler, dude, I was done with Skyler when Skyler was the quarterback. When Skyler was the quarterback playing against the Seattle Seahawks. When he was playing against the Seahawks, and he sat there and was holding that ball, and he was right by the sideline, and you holding the ball for over 6 seconds. You don't think you're going to get creamed? What? Dude.
Yo, when he got hit, he walked straight to the sideline like, I'm out of here.
Oh.
Yo, I want to learn. I want to still be able to read my fucking check. Hold it up to the light.
But that was
Hold it up to the light.
You know it's a prevent defense. You know it's a prevent defense, and you already know the linemen only can hold those guys for as long as they can, and you run out the pocket, and you think you're just going to pat the ball. Ain't nobody going to touch you? What?
You want to have me out here like I'm a savior. Y'all out y'all fucking mind. Did he say, y'all got me fucked up? Watch this. He said, y'all got me fucked up. Watch this. I'm going to hold this ball until somebody hit me.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Oh
Now
my
it's a
god.
Steelers problem, thank
So,
God.
Yep.
Yeah, it's y'all GM. Y'all
oh, we
GM
see
gotta
them
get this
next
shit
year.
together.
Wait. We get to see them next year in Pittsburgh because we
Yep.
play them in Pittsburgh next season.
What y'all should do is try to figure out some trades and start going to go pillage the Detroit Lions, because the reason why I said that is because they're about to fall apart. They don't have
You think so?
the machine. Yeah, they don't have the machine to keep all that shit together. They had too many injuries within the season to not be able to have them backups ready, and then they lost their offensive and defensive coordinator. So why
Right.
not just be?
That was like us last year. You know, we had all them injuries.
Yeah,
If we would have done good. We had it. All we had to do is win the last 3 games. We had home field advantage. We could have had home field at least one of the games. And I'm telling you, if we win and we have a home field game, I think we're going to be tough with Tua under center at home with the warm weather. I don't think you're beating. I don't think there's hardly any team that's coming down to the Rock and beating us. I really don't.
How much was y'all averaging? How much was y'all averaging when Tua was good before he got knocked out?
What
What was y'all
points?
average score?
30,
Hard.
30 points a game.
Close to 27, 28,
And how much was y'all giving up?
24, 25.
Was that this year when y'all scored 70 on somebody?
No, that
No,
was last year.
No, that was the year before that.
All right, so what was
Yeah, that was
the highest amount that y'all scored before Tua got hurt?
This year?
Yeah.
Well, he only played the first game, and then he got hurt in the second game. Was out the next 4.
we got blown out.
Maybe it skipped me.
or
It skipped me because, like I said, I watch y'all, but I don't watch y'all. I only watch the show. But it felt like something skipped, and then next thing you know, y'all just I don't know fell off the cliff. But it felt like y'all scored 70 this year, but I don't know why.
No, it was Denver a year ago. But no, the Dolphins' biggest problem is when the offense is putting up 30, 35, 40, the defense is giving up that many. And when the defense holds them to 21, the offense is only scoring 17.
Right.
Because we were only averaging, about 15 points a game without Tua in there?
No,
Like
11.
11. Like Winter said, we were at the bottom 5, or with Tua in there, we're in the top 5. We get that home playoff win, we hold the seed. I don't think we're beating this. If Tua's healthy. Stick Tua back.
I need y'all to. This is what I need y'all to do, man. I'm tired of looking at this month. Can I say it? I'm tired of looking at this. Yo, get Josh up out of there, man. I need y'all to come through and then knock them the fuck out the way, because I'm tired of hearing his story about how great of a quarterback he is, and he can't beat Patrick Mahomes and all. Come on, man. They compare Patrick Mahomes to Jordan.
Josh Allen is the new Phillip Rivers. That's who he is. Josh Allen is great.
I'm just tired of hearing about it. Like he's a nothing but play hero ball. I'm like,
he's a good quarterback. Yep. He's a good quarterback, but when it comes to the big games, it just
can't do it. He can't. Yeah, he can't do it.
Nobody in their right mind going to accept a quarterback running down the middle of their field the whole fucking game and not try to take a shot on him. Mm-hmm. He found out a certain way, but everybody know once that quarterback leave that pocket, he fresh meat. So eventually he gonna get his. But I need y'all to, be like the Miami of old and do what y'all used to do when y'all was up top. Maybe y'all need to have Jimmy Johnson come in there. Not Jimmy Johnson. Right?
We need Brian Cox back on the team, so when we're going into Buffalo, he's wearing the helmet backwards and shooting everybody the bird.
All of that. Y'all need to get y'all swagger back, man. I remember when y'all used to play back in the day, motherfuckers ain't want to deal with y'all. Like, I remember when y'all had
ask Tom Brady that. Tom Brady said we were he couldn't stand playing the Miami Dolphins because we were the team that always gave him a problem.
Right.
Ain't nobody want to play y'all in the wintertime. It's like, oh, we gotta go down to Miami. It's hot as shit.
Yeah, he never liked coming down to Miami and playing us in September, October. Hell yeah, bro, it is. Man, the fuck. People complain about the cold. That shit is ridiculous down there. Cut that shit with a knife.
We're all puking on the sidelines when it was over 100 degrees. We're dying up in the stands. I couldn't even imagine what it was like. Oh. But it was great
Oh
watching
God, I can imagine. Yeah.
You know,
And then,
especially if
I
you're going
remember
for
back in the day when I used to watch
Mhm.
y'all, and fucking Zach Thomas out there knocking niggas' dick in the dirt. I said, "Oh wow, how
Game,
he ain't get fined for that?"
Yeah.
like the comment that's
Shit.
come up, Jamie just said we need something more like Rashad Jones style of play. That is where that Starks comes in from Georgia. That's what I
Why
compare.
not? Why not? If you're gonna pay a fine, you might as well go and hit him. Might as well hit somebody.
Right.
Shit. We gonna get in trouble. We might as well go ahead and go all the way in. Why not have guys out there that's going to head hunt and earn their
You
stripes?
can barely sneeze.
Huh?
Like
You can
Brooks
barely
and Dawson.
sneeze on a person now. You can't even
Brooks and
sneeze on
Dawson
a
are
person.
two
You can't
No,
even
balls.
but I'm
sneeze on
saying though,
my
Miami back in the day,
Trust me.
it wasn't that far back in the day, but
I
back in the
said you
day,
can't
you
even
didn't
sneeze
want
on
to play.
Mahomes without
You didn't. No, whatever. Listen, somebody on your team. It's always an enforcer. It's always been that way. You always had that bulldog and enforcer where you know, hey, bro, like this ain't it. This ain't that game. Get your ass down because he ain't playing with you. Like back in the day, y'all used to have that. Y'all don't have that no more. Like back in the day, when you gave that ball to Ricky Williams, everybody was making business decisions. Back in the day, when y'all had who was y'all tight end that was really, really good?
Made quite a few of them over the years.
Nah, name them, run them off
We
real
had the
quick.
McDaniel, or we had McMichaels.
McMichaels.
That's his
You
name.
had
It looked like a basketball player.
Yeah.
And he like, yeah, listen. Oh my God, when y'all had McMichaels, man, I used to be like, how the fuck this nigga
And
keep
Chris
catching the
Chambers.
ball
Chris
like that?
Chambers was built like, he could have been a tight
Cambridge,
end.
y'all. When y'all had guys like that, where you knew when you threw that ball, it was gonna stick to his hand like glue, and you knew he was gonna take that hit, man. Those the players y'all need to build it back up. But if y'all could build it back up to that, because the Buffalo Bills, man, I feel sorry for them. But ain't nobody watching no football up in no Buffalo. Ain't nobody,
Oh, they
nobody
are.
gonna watch no
Oh, they're
Super
yeah,
Bowl
they
up in.
do.
Like,
I'm
no, ain't
telling you
nobody
what.
watching it. Just them.
Yeah, but
Ain't
the
nobody
way
watching
they
that shit.
travel, they're the new America's team. I'm telling you, they're traveling from everywhere. Just from having experience going up there all the time with my wife being from Buffalo, they're wild up there. But they
I
party.
ain't saying nothing about their fanfare. You too would want to leave Buffalo if it's cold as shit up there and go other places.
I know. My wife's trying to get me to move to Buffalo. All right, no
It's
way.
cold as shit up there, man. Like, listen, I want to get the fuck out of there too. Like,
Yeah, it's cold.
like
That's a different type of cold.
But
Yeah,
back to ballers. I don't know what you guys think, but Landry, Jarvis Landry, we need guys that's got heart and passion. Landry, Rashad Jones. We need to get back to the old school
yeah,
ball
get
down
back to
ball.
them old days and get the Buffalo up out of there. I'm tired of seeing them on the news. I mean, not news, ESPN. I'm tired of seeing that. They
That's
can't
why Landry's not
manufacture
playing any
enough
ball right
stories for
now.
them.
He put his body on the line and only got 6 or 7 years. Went to Cleveland, went cold, and his body was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That's
then
like
he went right. He went
That's because
from
Barry
there
Bonds
to
ain't telling the secret. That's why.
right.
Barry Bonds ain't telling the secret. Like, yeah, your head blow up too, motherfucker. Don't take too much of it.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah, same
Yeah, me
here,
too.
man.
I think I'm
Babies
gonna
is
do that
crying,
too.
man. But listen, I
Yeah.
love y'all show, man, and thank y'all again for allowing me to
Appreciate
be
you
a part
coming
of this
by,
great
brother. I
thing,
love
man.
you, man. Appreciate
It's
you coming
always good to
through.
see you, brother.
Hey, man, y'all take it easy, man.
Yep,
You
Eric,
too,
good meeting
Eric.
you, man. Hey, go Eagles. Fins up,
Yeah,
fins
go
up.
Birds. Hold on, let me help
Peace,
you out.
love.
Go Birds, y'all.
Go
Oh,
Birds.
and I don't know how y'all do it, but fans
Fins
up
up.
too.
Fins up.
Peace,
All
love,
right,
fins
Peace,
y'all.
up.
love, and fins up, all.
Take care.
Y'all have a good night.
All right. Peace, love, and